She exposed herself. That's what she gets. Lucky for you. I'm glad she exposed herself asking for an open relationship. You already know what that means. She's cheating. She wants to cheat. Go be free. If you want an open relationship, go be free.
Subject: I faced the whole open relationship situation myself. My college girlfriend asked for an open relationship. Then I found out the truth. Dear True Story, I hope this email finds you well. I wanted to share my story with you because I've been watching your videos for a while now, and I think my experience might resonate with a lot of your listeners. I've always been hesitant to put this into words, but after months of processing what happened, I feel like I'm ready. I'm a 20-year-old college student, and I was with my girlfriend, Emma, not her real name, for almost 2 years. We met during our first semester of college, and it was one of those fast-moving relationships that felt almost too good to be true. We had that college sweetheart kind of love: late-night study sessions, spontaneous road trips, and hours spent dreaming about the future. I really thought she was my person. Everything was going great until she started bringing up the idea of an open relationship. At first, it was subtle. She would joke about how monogamy is outdated, or say things like, "We're young, we should be experiencing life." I didn't think much of it because, honestly, I thought she was just having random philosophical thoughts. But then, she started getting more direct. One night, she sat me down and said, "I think we should try an open relationship." That hit me like a truck. I never thought we had issues with intimacy or attraction, so I was completely blindsided. I asked her why she felt that way, and she said she didn't want to feel trapped in her first serious relationship. She assured me that it wasn't about me lacking anything. She just wanted to explore. I told her no. Not out of anger, not out of jealousy, but because that just wasn't what I wanted. I'm a one-person kind of guy. The idea of sharing my partner with someone else, even if it was just physical, didn't sit right with me. I explained that if we weren't on the same page about something as big as exclusivity, then maybe we needed to reevaluate our relationship. She acted like she understood. She hugged me, told me she loved me, and said she wouldn't bring it up again. But something changed after that conversation. She became distant, always on her phone, always busy with group projects that required late nights at the library, always too tired to spend time together. When I asked if something was wrong, she reassured me that everything was fine, that she was just stressed with school. I wanted to believe her. I really did. But then I started noticing red flags. One night, she accidentally left her laptop open while she was in the shower. A message popped up from one of her guy friends, Jake. Again, not his real name. It wasn't just friendly, it was flirty. I felt my stomach drop, but I didn't want to jump to conclusions. So I did something I never thought I would do. I checked her messages. What I found shattered me. She had been seeing him for months. While I was up late helping her study, she was sneaking off to meet him. While I was buying her little gifts to show I cared, she was texting him about how free she felt with him. She even told him about our conversation regarding an open relationship. She had framed it as me being too insecure to give her what she wanted. I felt sick. I didn't say anything right away. Instead, I kept my distance and started preparing myself for the inevitable breakup. I wanted to see if she would come clean. She didn't. She kept lying, kept pretending, kept telling me she loved me. So I set a trap. One weekend, she told me she was going home to visit her family. I told her I was staying on campus to catch up on work. In reality, I had a feeling she was lying, so I asked a friend if he'd seen her around. Sure enough, he sent me a picture of her at a bar, sitting way too close to Jake. That was it. I was done. When she came back, I confronted her. I told her I knew everything. At first, she denied it, then she tried to turn it on me, accusing me of invading her privacy, of not trusting her, of being controlling. I laughed. Controlling? You have to be kidding me. Emma, please just listen to me. It's not what you think. Jake and I were just working on my thesis statement. That's it. Me. Emma, don't insult my intelligence. I saw the texts. Can't wait to see you again, and last night was amazing. That doesn't sound like schoolwork. Emma, you're twisting it. He was helping me, and I was just being nice. I swear nothing happened. Me. Right. Because people usually gush about last night when they're drafting essays. Emma, it's not like that. I didn't cheat on you, I promise. I love you. Me. Emma, I don't buy it. I've ignored red flags before, but I won't do it again. I'm done. Emma, no, please. You mean everything to me. I would never hurt you like that. Me, you already did. Whether you admit it or not, I know the truth. Emma, just give me a chance to prove it. I'll show you everything. My messages, my emails, whatever you want. Me, I don't need proof. I already know what I saw. I'm not staying in a relationship where I have to second guess everything. Emma, please don't do this. Me, I already did. Goodbye, Emma. I ended up talking with my parents, and I'll be honest, I cried. I cried because I loved Emma. I truly did. What happened next shocked me, but at the end of the day, she only embarrassed herself. I'm in class, and my professor mentioned at the beginning of class that she was leaving time for something special, then we can leave class slightly early. Guess who shows up at my class? You guessed it. Emma! Emma steps up to the podium in front of the entire class, gripping the microphone with shaking hands. Her eyes are locked on me, her voice freaking trembling. She was a nervous wreck. Emma, I know this is unusual. I know this is dramatic. But when you love someone, really love someone, you do crazy things. And right now, standing here, in front of everyone, I am willing to be crazy for you. I messed up. I know I did. I took you for granted. I didn't appreciate you the way I should have. But the past few weeks without you have been the worst of my life. Every song reminds me of you. Every place we used to go feels empty. Every time I reach for my phone, I wish I could text you, tell you how much I miss you. And I do. I miss you more than words can say. People in the class are whispering. Others are glued to Emma. You were the best thing that ever happened to me. You were kind, patient, funny, and you always knew how to make me laugh even when I was stubborn or upset. You were my rock, and I was reckless with your heart. I see that now. I wish I could go back and change everything, but I can't. All I can do is stand here in front of everyone and tell you that I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I don't care who hears it. I don't care if I sound desperate, because I am desperate. Desperate to make things right. Desperate to hold you again, to laugh with you, to be the person you deserve. Please, give me another chance. A hush falls over the room. All eyes are on me. The tension is suffocating. Emma looks at me, my professor, entertained by the drama. I stood up. Emma, no. We're done. I won't deny what we had was special. I won't pretend you didn't mean a lot to me, but love isn't just about words, it's about actions. And when you had the chance to love me the way I deserved, you didn't. You only realized my worth when I was gone. I deserve someone who sees me, who values me, who doesn't need a grand public speech to figure it out. And Emma, that's not you. One girl yelled out, "That's right, like me." She clearly was joking. I hope you find what you're looking for, Emma, but it's not me. And with that, I left class. Emma stood there, frozen. Other students started leaving behind me, and some were laughing. I just can't wrap my head around her wanting an open relationship, cheating on me, whether it was physical or not, to begging me to stay with her as if I'd ever trust her again. It's freaking ridiculous. I went on to focus on my schooling, keeping my grades up, and made myself busy. I ended up hanging out with a girl. That's all it was. Just hanging out. Not even sex. We'd split bills whenever we went out, but we both had just broken up with our exes for the same reason. In a way, we bonded off of that. 3 weeks before the semester, Emma returns. I never expected a casual lunch at Chipotle to turn into a full-blown disaster, but when my ex-girlfriend Emma stormed through the door, eyes blazing with fury, I knew things were about to go south fast. I had just unwrapped my burrito, sitting across from Melissa, a new friend who had been my rock after my breakup with Emma. She had this way of making things feel normal again, which was something I desperately needed. We were laughing about something, probably something dumb, when I felt the atmosphere in the restaurant shift. Like I literally felt the energy change. It's weird, I wish I could explain it more. The sound of the door swinging caught my attention first. I glanced up just in time to see Emma marching toward us. Wow. Unbelievable. I said, Emma, you didn't waste any time, did you? She cut me off. How long? A week, 2. Were you cheating on me the whole time? Melissa tensed beside me and said, Excuse me? I shook my head. Emma, I told you before. Melissa and I are just friends. Emma let out a bitter laugh. Oh, right, friends. She rolled her eyes. Funny how friends suddenly pop up right after a breakup. How long have you been waiting for your chance? Melissa's expression remained calm, but there was a sharpness in her voice when she replied, I don't appreciate the accusation, Emma. I'm here as a friend. That's it. Emma leaned forward, planting her hands on the table. Bull crap. I know how guys like him operate. Move on fast so they don't have to deal with the guilt. And girls like you eat that up, don't you? Okay, that's enough, I said. You don't get to walk in here and start attacking people just because you're upset. Attacking people? Emma repeated mockingly. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hurt your little girlfriend's feelings? Emma, stop, I warned. You're making a scene. And she was. The entire restaurant had gone silent, with several customers pretending not to watch, but clearly eavesdropping. 2 police officers sitting near the corner of the restaurant looked over, their interest piqued, but not yet interfering. I noticed them, and Emma nor Melissa did. Emma ignored my warning. You must feel so special, huh? Picking up my leftovers. Melissa said, Emma, I get that you're hurt, but this isn't the way to handle it. Oh, you don't get to talk down to me like I'm some crazy Then stop acting like one, Melissa shot back. You little... Before I could even register what was happening, Emma reared back and spat at Melissa. The moment felt frozen in time. I barely had time to process it before, all right, that's enough, a firm voice interrupted. The 2 police officers from the corner were already on their feet. The entire restaurant went dead silent. Emma took a step back, clearly startled. What? One of the officers spoke first. Ma'am, that was assault. Emma's mouth opened and closed. It was just spit. The second officer, a younger woman. That doesn't make it legal. You can't just go around spitting on people, especially in public. Melissa said, Yeah, that was way out of line. Emma, I didn't mean to, ma'am. We need you to step outside with us, the male officer said. We need to take down some information. Emma turned to me, her expression shifting to something almost pleading. Are you really going to let them do this? Over this? I said. Emma, you just spat on someone. What do you expect me to do? How could you do this to me? She snapped. After everything. The female officer pulled out a pair of handcuffs. Ma'am, if you don't cooperate, we'll have to take you in. Emma's face went pale. Wait, what? You're arresting me? You assaulted someone in front of multiple witnesses, the officer replied. And judging by how heated this situation is, we're taking this seriously. She turned back to me. This isn't fair. You moved on too fast. I met her gaze, and for the first time in this whole mess, I saw past the anger and into the pain beneath it. The hurt of being left behind. The frustration of feeling replaceable. But I couldn't fix that for her. I'm sorry, Emma, I said quietly, but this isn't okay. The officer stepped in then, guiding her toward the exit. She didn't fight them, but she threw one last look over her shoulder. It wasn't anger anymore. It was something almost like betrayal. And then she was gone. Melissa let out a long breath. Well, that was unexpected. I sat back down, suddenly feeling exhausted. Yeah, I agreed, running a hand through my hair. You okay? Melissa nodded. Yeah, I mean gross, but I'll live. She paused, then smirked. I guess I should be flattered. She clearly saw me as a threat. I chuckled despite myself. Not exactly the reaction I expected from lunch today. Melissa smiled. Next time, let's just order takeout. I couldn't argue with that. Melissa did press charges. Last I heard is that Emma was going to a different university. News spread about what she did. Any kind of assault, etc., is mass emailed to all faculty and students. It's like some campus police bulletin. I ended up going to an internship during my break then, and Melissa and I actually stopped talking. She was busy, I was busy, and I'm sure hanging a crazy ex made her want to move on. She ended up in a serious relationship with some guy. I was happy for her, even when she eventually announced her pregnancy and engagement on Facebook. True story. I would love to hear my story read on your channel. Thank you for changing and saving lives. True, I really hope this email finds you well. Like I said, I've been meaning to write to you for some time, and today, I finally decided to sit down and put into words what I, and so many others, have felt while watching your content. I don't know if you truly realize the impact you're having on people's lives, but I want to take a moment to let you know just how valuable your channel is to men all over the world. Before I go any further, I'm just an average guy, one of your many viewers, who stumbled upon your content at a time when I really needed to hear these stories. Like so many men out there, I can say without hesitation that your videos have helped me, and countless others, in ways you may never fully realize. A voice that's needed. Infidelity is one of those topics that people talk about but never really talk about. Society often brushes it under the rug, downplays it, or even shifts the blame onto men regardless of the situation. It's something that can break a man, not just emotionally, but mentally and even physically. The betrayal, the loss of trust, the self-doubt, it eats away at a man's confidence, his sense of identity, and his ability to trust again. And yet so few spaces exist where men can hear stories from others who've been through the same pain, where they can recognize the red flags they might be missing in their own relationships, and where they can learn how to heal. That's exactly what your channel provides, a space where men don't feel alone in their struggles. I can't count how many times I've read through the comments on your videos and seen men sharing their own experiences, thanking you for bringing these stories to light and admitting that they feel seen and heard for the first time in a long time. That's something truly special, and you should know that your work isn't just entertainment. It's a lifeline for many. You're saving lives. I don't say this lightly. You are literally saving lives. Men, particularly when they go through betrayal, don't always have the support system that women do. There's an unspoken rule that we're supposed to man up and deal with it, to suppress our emotions, and to pretend like everything is fine when, in reality, we're drowning. Some men spiral into depression, some turn to destructive behaviors, some tragically don't see a way out. But your content gives men something invaluable: perspective. When a man listens to a story that mirrors his own experiences, something clicks. He realizes that he's not crazy for feeling the way he does, that he's not alone, and most importantly, that he can get through it. I've personally seen comments from men saying that your videos help them walk away from toxic relationships, help them realize they were being manipulated, or even stop them from making drastic, irreversible decisions in their lowest moments. That alone is proof of the incredible impact you're making. a wake-up call for many beyond the healing aspect. Your content also serves as a wake-up call for men who are still in the dark about the realities of modern relationships. It's an unfortunate truth, but many men go into relationships blindly, believing that love is enough to keep things together, that loyalty is automatic, or that certain red flags can be ignored in the name of commitment. Your videos have helped open countless eyes to the harsh realities of infidelity, the importance of self-respect, and the necessity of setting boundaries. Many men have learned through your content what to watch out for, how to protect themselves emotionally and legally, and when to walk away before they get hurt even worse. Some people might dismiss your content as just storytime videos, but those of us who watch regularly know it's so much more than that. You're educating men in a way that no classroom or traditional media outlet ever could. The courage to speak the truth. It takes a lot of courage to run a channel like yours. We live in a time when talking about these issues, especially from a male perspective, can bring backlash. There are people who don't want these truths to be spoken, who would rather dismiss men's pain or twist the narrative. But you continue to share these stories, giving men a platform where they can see the reality for what it is. That kind of courage deserves respect. You're giving a voice to the voiceless. You're saying what many men have been thinking but have been too afraid to say out loud. And in doing so, you're changing lives. Keep going. We need you. If you ever doubt whether your work is making a difference, I hope you remember this email. I hope you remember the countless men who have left comments saying, "This saved me. I thought I was alone," or "I needed to hear this today." I hope you remember that what you're doing isn't just creating content, it's creating a movement. Your channel matters, your voice matters, and I, along with thousands of others, am grateful for what you do. So please keep going, keep sharing these stories, keep giving men the knowledge, the perspective, and the support they so desperately need. Because even if you never meet most of your viewers, know that you've already made an unforgettable impact on their lives, including mine. With deep respect and gratitude.
Listen, let's say she never did sleep with that guy at the bar. She only was studying with him. She wanted to sleep with him. That's why she asked for the open relationship. Him and other people, or someone else at least. You did the right thing by leaving her and focusing on yourself. I'm happy for you, dude. Thanks for sending in this email. And I also want to say thank you for the kind words. Oh my gosh. The kind words, man. It's amazing. Amazing, man. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody else. Everybody that's been a supporter of the channel, whether you were a supporter from, December 28th, 2018, when I first started, you were a first listener, or maybe a lot of people probably aren't even around anymore. A lot of people that sent emails, haven't heard from them, years and years ago, but, or people that came along in 2020. A lot of people came along in 2020 or 2023, whenever you came along. I appreciate you. I really do. Guys, if you want to send in a story, send it to truestorynation@gmail.com. Here, I'll put it on the screen. That's truestorynation@gmail.com. I'm going to catch you guys at the next one.